When you were last with us, things were not looking so good. But we have started using a brand new tactic. And boy, what a turnaround we have achieved in a short time. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Rocking All Over the Globe, Part 53, Club 4, here at Coritiba in Brazil. And we have had a major catastrophe in terms of the game itself. Since the update, there have been several issues that I've encountered, and then we had another one, and we will focus on that when we get to have a look at what's happened in the schedule. But the biggest news of all is that we are using a brand new tactic, and this is based on a tactic that was submitted by Nicola when he submitted it for tactic testing, and I really liked it, and I thought one day I'm going to use that. With the problems that we were having in terms of results, I decided time to change, and boy, what a tactic it's proved to be. I've had to tweak it quite a bit, but we have achieved some remarkable results, and we'll get to that very shortly. And today we will be playing two games. We will be playing in the second leg of the Brazilian Cup in the quarterfinal at home to Tombense. We have a 2-0 lead from the first leg, and so we're very confident of getting through there, although you can never tell. And then we will follow that up with an away trip to Grêmio Novo Horizontino. That's very difficult for me to say, but I think we got there. If I can practice that a little bit, I might be able to do it quicker. But we will be playing them away, and hopefully, as they are 20th in the league, that should be a certain 3 points given the form that we are in at the moment. But before we go into what's been going on and off the pitch, and there has been quite a bit, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then you are definitely in the right place. So why not click that subscribe button, click the bell, so you'll be updated when future videos in this series are uploaded. And while you're there, leave us a like, because it's likes and comments that will help drive the YouTube algorithm to push the video to people who've not yet had a chance to see our videos. And so, let's go and have a look at what's happened on the pitch since you were last with us. But before we go there was a bit of an issue. When I tried to load up the game to record this episode, I found that I could not, that for some reason it would not load. I think the file was corrupted in some way. I've had so many issues since the update, but I didn't panic because I knew I had a copy of the save, and so I reinstalled the copy. But unfortunately, it didn't include the 2 games that we played last time. So I've had to replay those games, and so the results are slightly different. Not so that it is a dramatic difference, but slightly different. Instead of losing 2-1 to Sao Paulo, we beat them by 1-0. And then in the Cup 4th round second leg, where we previously beat them quite comfortably, we lost by 5-4, but we did manage to progress in the tie by beating them on penalties. After that, it was then I decided we need to play a different way, and I put the new tactic into practice, and immediately we went out and beat Atletico Goianiense by 4-2. We then had a 2-2 draw against Corinthians, and all seemed well. We beat Chueba at home by 3-0, and followed that with an away trip to Fluminense, where we won by 4-3. Next up was Cruzeiro, and we beat them by 2-1, and we were flying at this time. But after that, we had 2 draws. We drew away at Internacional 3-3, and then we had a home 1-1 draw against Santos, and at that point I started to think that maybe things were going to go wrong. But we bounced back, and we beat Botafogo by 4-1 away, and then we had that 2-0 victory in the first leg of the quarterfinal of the Cup against Tombense. We then followed that up with another draw. It was a 2-2 draw at home to Palmeiras, who are a very good team, so I wasn't unhappy about that. And that brings us to today's 2 games. Hopefully we'll progress through into the next round of the Cup. That will put us into the semi-finals. I was not expecting to get there, and I'm hoping that given Grêmio are bottom of the league, that this is a certain 3 points. And why not? This tactic is absolutely flying. The transfer window has opened, and there have been a few goings on. There's mostly players going out. Helinho has gone out on loan. Diego, a young centre-back, has gone to Queen's Park Rangers for 175,000. Mike Candia has left the club. He was moaning about his playing time. We got a bid of £325,000 for him, and we decided to take it. Comenetti also went out for £550,000. He wasn't quite good enough to make it in this team, and one or two others are due to follow as the squad is getting stripped down a little bit. We have made one signing. We had already signed this guy. He's come in on a free from TND. He's Anderson Jesus. He is a good centre-back. I wouldn't say he's brilliant, but he's not bad. And he is a 4-star player. He's got very good mentals for this league, very good physicals, and he's not bad in the air. He can mark. Although he is 33 years old, I'm hoping he's still going to do a fine job for us at the centre of defence. I'm pretty sure that we will lose Dombrowski at some point during this transfer window. It's time for him to go, and he's not playing that well particularly either, so it may be time for him to leave. The other big news, though, is the impending transfer of Carvalho. We've received a bid from Manchester City for £10 million. The board thought that was too much to turn down. We have let him go. His work permit is pending. Whether or not he gets the work permit, because he hasn't played international football and he hasn't been playing a lot of football for us, so whether or not he gets the work permit is still in question, and whether or not then he will decide to leave and go to Manchester City, he will be up to him. I don't know what is going to happen with regard to that. But at the moment he is sold, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. But now we have 2 games to play. We have the quarter-final second leg at home to Tombense to play first. And I need to go and get the team ready. And hopefully we're going to put on a very good performance here today. So I'll go and get them ready. We'll see you just before the kickoff. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the Brazilian Cup quarter-final second leg, we have a 2-0 lead. I'm hoping that that's good enough to see us through. We have a little bit of a rotated team. We have William in goal with Heidegger, Marcos and Mustafa at the back. Haverton, Naldi, Prexides and Riquelme will play in midfield, with Kumalo, Oliveira and Carvalho will play up front. Need some big games from these boys today. And hopefully from Kumalo. Kumalo's been very quiet. He has come to me and said he's not playing enough. And I'm hoping that he will come to the fore today and that he will lead from the front. I know he's only 18 years old, but I expect things from him now. He's an exceptional player, and hopefully we'll do enough to win this football match. And the game is underway, and I'll try my best to ignore the fact that the opposition don't need many highlights. But we have a corner, and Naldi will swing the corner in. It's headed clear. It comes out to Oliveira, to Haverton, who ties a pop. Haverton again, and we are a goal in front. And Oliveira involved right from the get-go. And 2 tries from Haverton, and finally he managed to put it in. Haverton wing back on the right, and everybody in this tactic seems to attack and want to score goals. I think it was punched clear by the goalkeeper. Oliveira fed Haverton. It came back to Haverton, bovelled around, and he popped it into the corner. We are a goal ahead, and that is exactly the start that I wanted. And now we are 3 goals clear in the tie, and hopefully we are headed for the semi-final. And I didn't expect to get to the semi-final, but oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, who knows what could happen if we do get to the semi-final. And here is a free kick again, and Naldi will take the free kick. He's gone to the far post, and we've headed it in. It's Praxides at the far post. It's now 2-0, and it does look like we are going to put these boys away. I did think it was a team good enough to win, and now I'm pretty sure it's a team good enough to win. I have a young central defender, I think, on the bench, so if we can continue scoring goals, then I think we'll probably give him a run out in the second half, see what he's made of. But at the moment we are coasting a little bit. We're dominating the match, dominating possession, dominated chances created. In fact, they haven't created a single chance. This tactic is outrageous, and it just keeps going and going and going, and we just keep going and going, and I don't want it to stop. I still am worried that the game is a little bit broken in that I see that the opposition don't need many highlights, but I am going to try and ignore that and just focus on what we are doing. We've had 12 shots, 8 on target. Our XG is probably just underperforming a little bit, but our possession stats are awesome, and we're coming up to half-time, and it is 2-0, and we've had very little resistance from the opposition. I just need to tell them that I'm pleased we've created loads of chances. Let's go out there, create some more, and let's bag another couple of goals so I can rest a few of you and that you can be nicely prepared for the big game that is coming up after this. And we need 3 points from that game. Desperately want to get the 3 points, although my record against playing against teams at the bottom is not that great. It remains 2-0, and although we're creating chances still, we're not putting them away. I'm going to go and make some changes now. And we return in the middle of a highlight, which is happening quite a lot at the moment. And Rockin is on the ball. Rockin, he looks for Mustafa, and there is the break. We have made a few changes, and we have given a debut to 17-year-old. He is Morillo, and he is a centre-back, left-back, playing him at wide centre-back on the left. Not quite sure what happened there. People were running towards the referee. Just looking now for tired players. Just want to make sure that we rest the most tired players. We are absolutely in charge of this cup tie now. They still haven't created a single chance. Well, we are just blasting their goal, and we do have another highlight, and here is Haverton. He finds Naldi back to Haverton, who's having a cracking game, but there's the commentator's curse as Haverton has given it away. And is it going to be the one highlight that causes them to score the goal? But we, as I said, we'll try and ignore that as Augusto. It's still not a highlight. They could lose the ball from here, but they are trying to work it out at the back, from the back, and trying to bring us forward. We are very, very high up the pitch, which is why I think this tactic works. I think a much higher line might be the secret to this game this year. And there's a cross into the box. Can we clear it? No, we can't, and they have scored. And there it is, the one highlight that they've had. They do score, but in terms of the tie overall, it doesn't make any difference. We are 4-1 up with 15 minutes to go. I'd expect our team to actually see this out. We do have that youngster on the left of the trio at the back, and maybe it's his inexperience that's led to that goal. I've got Mustafa, who's also looking quite tired out there, but I don't have a centre-back I can bring on for him. He will have to see the game through. I will, after this highlight, make my final 2 changes. But if we give another one away, then it will become a very close run thing. As looking for Paraxides, it runs all the way to Kardec, who's come on for Kumalo. Kardec bursting down the left. Can he get the cross to the back post? Yes, he can. And Oliveira, a young kid, has made it 3-1, and I guess that's it now. 5-1 on the tie. I think that's probably it, and we've just totally annihilated them, and we deserve our victory. And Kardic's cross, pinpoint, and Oliveira was in loads of space, and he wasn't going to miss that. Got to think the goalkeeper's a little bit suspect there. I'm going to go and make a couple of changes now. And so we have made our final changes. We have brought on McQuaina, and we've also moved Haverton to central defender and brought on young Udair at right wing back just to see out the final 10 minutes. We've won this game very, very comfortably, and we've beaten them by 3-1. We are going through to the semi-final of the Brazilian Cup. What a performance. Exactly what I expected from them. Well done. And that was an exceptional performance over both legs. And we are in the final. And in the final, I guess we will play Grêmio, which means that we possibly do have a chance of winning the final. And that will add another trophy to the cabinet. We will have to play well, though. And hopefully, though, we'll do the job. We have a game coming up now against Grêmio Novorizantino, and so I have to go and get the team ready for that game, and we will see you before the kickoff. Let's go and kick some balls. And so here we are in the game against Grêmio Novorizantino. And we're just going to call them Grêmio for now. There are 2 teams in Grêmio, and these are the team that are not doing so well. And so I'm hopeful, but these are the games that I slip up against. And let's hope, though, that doesn't happen today. We have William in goal with Jesus Dembroski and Marcos at the back. We do have a problem at centre-back, as two of our centre-backs are not available, one through injury, one through travelling. We have Haverton, Naldi and Atuesta with Raquelme in midfield. Kumalo, Boschilla and Perotti will play up front. This is a strong team, and it should be able to beat Gremio. And I can't really, for the life of me, see how they are going to put a lot of resistance on us. But I have a very, very poor record against playing against teams who are at the bottom of the league. Let's just hope that the tactic continues to work its magic and the Gremio are put away as they should be, and so far so good. We've had pretty much most of the possession, although I can see the Gremio are coming back into the game a little bit. But here is Marcos. Marcos looks for Raquelme. He's won the ball, but unfortunately the ball is lost. And we are going to have a chance here as Boschilla intercepts. Lovely pass to Perotti, but his composure was way off there. I'm not quite sure what's happened here. The referee is having a word with Rodrigo from Gremio. Was that a foul he's given there? And Boschilla is going to take the free kick. And will we put this away? Boschilla is a long way out. But I think it clipped the post and went behind. And it remains 0-0. It's really a game we should be winning this. We should be absolutely dominating them. And hopefully putting the ball in the back of the net as well. And here is Marcos, finds Dombrowski. Dombrowski looking outside. He finds Atuesta. Atuesta, who my assistant did not want me to play today, but he hasn't played in a couple of games now, Atuesta. It's time to give him a shot. And he is a very, very fine player, so I'm not quite sure why he didn't want me to pick him, but I might pay the price for that later. As Naldi finds Dombrowski, passing it around quite nicely. Here is Marcos. Does look like we are going to have trouble breaking them down as Raquelme looks to get down the left. Raquelme finds Marcos again. Marcos finds Atuesta bursting into space. Atuesta looking for... He finds Naldi. Naldi to Haverton. Haverton finds Boschilla. Back to Haverton. Haverton's in a very, very good form at the moment. It's a lovely cross and we've taken the lead. It's Raquelme. And these wing-backs keep popping up and scoring. First Haverton and now it's Raquelme's go. And he's made it 1-0 and we are ahead. And so we should be. We are far better than the team we are playing against. Lovely break by Haverton. He's in outstanding form. And Raquelme put it away. And it is now 1-0 and we are in the lead. And this is where I would like us to stay. We are dominating the match. 5 shots, 4 on target, which is very good for us. Boschilla has another free kick and I think the goalkeeper managed to get fingertips to that. Tips it over the crossbar. It goes behind for a corner. We're totally, totally dominating them. They cannot really get out of their half. Corner to the near post is headed away. Dombrowski fires it in. And Kumalo from out of nowhere. Showing what a super player he is. And I think if I do move in the future, whether it be to Europe or whatever, if I do end up going in the next few years, I think I want to take Kumalo with me wherever I go. What a super player he is. Came through, we first saw him as a 15-year-old in South Africa, 16-year-old, in South Africa, made his debut. What a super talent he is. And he's got us 2-0 up now. And hopefully we will go and make this game secure now. There'll be no hiccups. We're dominating the match. There should not be any hiccups here. As we do have a free kick again, and Marcos is going to take the free kick. It's a ball over the top, which is kind of going nowhere. And that's a bit of a worry because it does give Gremio the opportunity to counterattack. And it's going to be a long ball. We need to win this ball. Nicely done. Can we pick it up in midfield? Atuesta finds Kumalo. Kumalo to Perotti. Perotti bursting forward. He can't get into the space. Comes out to Raquelme. Raquelme with the cross. It's into the box. It's 3-0. Boschilla has side-footed it in from the far post. What a strike. What a goal. Raquelme is playing out of his skin today. A goal and an assist for Raquelme. What a game this is turning out to be. I wasn't expecting it to be this one-sided at this stage. But Raquelme drove the cross in. Boschilla backing up at the far post. And it is now 3-0. And we're just simply unstoppable at the moment. This team looks absolutely dynamite. And we just need to make sure we don't do anything daft and give a couple of goals away. But after 30 minutes, we look like we're going to get out of sight. As here's Dombrowski. Dombrowski finds Marcos. Marcos looking up the line. He can't get anybody in space up the line. Looks inside to Atuesta. Finds its way back to Dombrowski. Now space is opening up on the right. He finds Anderson. Anderson making his debut today. Naldi finds Perotti. Perotti wins the ball. Finds Kamalo to Atuesta. This is gorgeous football. As Raquelme's in the box again. What a chance. It's saved by the goalkeeper. And I think there was an offside there. And the highlight comes to an end. I'm just going to check. We are in key highlights. We are. And we are totally dominant. And the shots we've had on target is phenomenal. And I've never seen that. 12 shots, 10 on target. We've had most of the possession. We're not really letting Gremia into the game here. And it's going to be Boschilla over another free kick. It's a long way out again. Can he get this one in? No, it's hit the crossbar. We have men in the box. It comes out to Atuesta. Atuesta turns, looks for Raquelme again. Raquelme inside to Boschilla. So unlucky with that free kick as Marcos looks for Atuesta. And unfortunately, the ball rolls into the hands of the goalkeeper. And as we come up to half-time, we are going to have another highlight. And Dombrowski is over a free kick. And I'm not quite sure what he will do with this. He's going to look for Atuesta, who is a very, very decent passer of the ball. And there's one of those passes. And Perotti has made it 4-0. And I think we're out of sight now. Even if they score a couple of goals in the second half, we're pretty much out of sight. And we are 4-0 up. This tactic just keeps going and going. I am absolutely overwhelmed by the quality of this tactic that was designed by Nikolai, and there is a video on it available in the tips and tricks for FM24. If you want to get hold of the tactic yourself, by all means, please do. And I've had to tweak it a little bit, but the tweaks really were based on the fact that we couldn't play in the way that he wanted it up front, and so I had to shift the second forward, the complete forward, to an Ongash. And then I made a couple of other changes to the roles, which has completely transformed this Coritiba side. And we are just dominating every game that we go into. Naldi isn't having the best of game, but everybody else has got a green rating there. As it comes to Naldi, talk of the devil, gets a cross into the box. It's fisted out by the goalkeeper. Comes to Atuesta. Atuesta Raquelme has driven it in. It's now 5-0, and we should be beating this team. We are not just beating them, we are annihilating them. And they are really struggling to contain our forward power. As that was a good piece of goalkeeping. Marcos headed it to Atuesta, who drove it in with power. It's now 5-0. A brace and an assist now for the fullback, for the wing-back. And what a performance this has been. The boys are not looking very tired. I guess it's been a stroll in the park for them. But I am going to go and make a couple of changes. And so we have made 3 changes, and we have brought in Maquena, and Maxi Alves has come on, as well as Uder has come on at right wing back. Give him some more experience of playing in the big time. I'm going to go and make my final 2 changes, I think. And so Cordova was looking particularly tired. I wanted to keep him on to see if he could get his hat-trick, but he was particularly tired. So we have brought on someone we haven't seen in a bit of a while, Cordova on the left at wing back, and we've given Paraxides some minutes, and there's a strike from Paraxides, and he almost, with his first couple of touches, gets on the score sheet. We have absolutely annihilated this opposition, and Gremia have had very little to offer us as the game is coming to an end now. It looks like it is going to be over, and we have beaten them, and we have not just beaten them, but we have beaten them by 5-0. An astonishing away performance. We are predicted to finish way down the table, and at the moment you can see we are sitting in 3rd place. Corinthians, though, behind us do have 2 games in hand, as well as Cruzeiro have 3 games in hand, but they've got to win them. We are in front, and we are sitting at the moment with 35 points in third place. And I've got to be very, very happy with that. And our run just keeps going and going. And 2 more victories today is making this tactic look unstoppable. A couple of tweaks, and there you go. We've made it into something very, very nice indeed. And that's it for this episode. If you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, and you'll be updated every time we upload a brand new video. And while you're there, hit that like button, because likes and comments are what help drive the algorithm to push the video out to people who don't even know we exist and never have had the chance to see any of our videos. I don't know when I'll be back. I think I have to come back for the second leg of the semi-final against the major team in Gremio. And I think that will be a very, very big game. And then we'll play the game against Atletico Mineiro. And so two very, very big games to come back to. I think it's going to be a big episode next time. And so all that remains to be said from a happy manager for a change is stay safe, take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.